Good morning, students. How are you all, children? Hope you all are fine and taking care of yourself and your family. And children also taking your study seriously because your exams are near, right? We have already started with our revision of Science Part 2, right? Today, children, we will be studying revision number 2 of Science 2. Okay? So let's begin. Question number 1. Answer the following questions. First, write the characteristics of subkingdom phanerogams. Answer. The word phanerogamy comprises the word phaneros, meaning visible, and gamos implies the reproduction. They show the characteristics like well differentiated and visible reproductive tissues that ultimately make seeds. Seeds consist of the embryo along with stored food, which helps in the initial growth of the embryo during germination. So, these are the characteristics of phanerogam. Phanerogams are further subdivided into gymnosperms and angiosperms on the basis of seeds which are enclosed in a fruit or not. Gymnosperm produce seeds which are not enclosed by fruit, hence are called naked seeds, whereas angiosperm produce seeds which are enclosed in the fruits. So these were the characteristics of subkingdom phanerogams. Understood, children? Good. The next question is sketch, label and describe the Spirogyra. Answer. Spirogyra is a type of green algae which belongs to the division Thallophyta. Okay, so it does not have specific parts like leaves, stems, etc. It contains chlorophyll and thus autotrophic in nature, right? It contains spiral chloroplast and thin unbranched chains of cylindrical cells. As you can see, children, this is the picture of Spirogyra. Okay, you need to draw this and label it correctly and properly. Okay, very good. Let's see the third question. Which criteria are used for the classification of plants? Explain with reason. Plants are divided on the basis of various characteristics like first, differentiation of plant body into roots, stems and leaves. Second, vascular tissues. Third, production of seeds. Fourth, covering of seeds. And the fifth one, number of cotyledons in a seed. Understood? Moving to the next question. Question number 2. Give reasons. First one. Energy flow through an ecosystem is one way. Answer. The producers convert solar energy into chemical energy in the form of organic compounds. The primary consumers, that is herbivores, derive their nutrition from the producer. According to the energy transfer law, only 10% of energy is transferred from one trophic level to the other. So, the energy is captured by the producers, does not revert back to the sun, and the energy transferred to the herbivores does not come back to the producers. It just keeps on moving to the next tropic level in a unidirectional way. That is why the flow of energy in the food chain is always unidirectional, or we can say one way. Understood, children? Second question. Equilibrium is necessary in various biogeochemical cycles. Answer. The cyclic flow of nutrients within an ecosystem is called as biogeochemical cycle. A continuous transfer of nutrients which are necessary for the growth of organisms occur from abiotic to biotic factors and biotic to abiotic factors in an ecosystem. This nutrient cycle operates continuously through the biosphere formed by lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. The recycling of these biogeochemicals depends upon the level of energy transfer in the ecosystem. Any type of disturbance at any level of these cycles affects the ecosystem and nature's balance. Hence, there should be equilibrium in the various biogeochemical cycles. Okay? Children, question number 3. Explain the following cycles in your own words with suitable diagram. First is the carbon cycle. Now let's study the carbon cycle. Children, carbon enters life forms through the process of photosynthesis, right? During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water, it combines to produce glucose and oxygen. This changes the atmospheric carbon into glucose molecule. This is the first step. Then after, glucose, which is a source of food, it is utilized by organisms to produce energy during respiration. Okay? Then during this process, glucose is broken down in the presence or absence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. Another process that releases carbon dioxide is combustion or burning. Many substances release carbon dioxide on burning. Vehicular emissions, industrial fumes, and the gases released during the process of cooking are some instances of release of carbon dioxide through combustion. Thus, carbon is cycled repeatedly through different forms by various physical and biological activity. So this is carbon cycle and the diagram which you need to draw while solving this answer. Okay, whenever in your exam if any cycle is asked, you need to draw the diagram and describe it. Okay children, draw it very correctly and properly. Next cycle we will be studying is oxygen cycle. Oxygen is an important component of life. We cannot survive without oxygen. It comprises about 21% of atmospheric air. It is also present in dissolved form in water bodies and helps in the survival of aquatic life. In combined form, it is found both in Earth's crust and in the air. In the air, it occurs as carbon dioxide. In the crust, it is present as oxides of most metals and silicons, and also as carbonate, sulfate, nitrate and other minerals. Oxygen is also a part of several essential biomolecules such as carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids and fats. There are processes that utilize atmospheric oxygen. At the same time, the balance of oxygen in the atmosphere is also maintained. Oxygen is utilized during respiration, combustion, and formation of oxides of nitrogen. Oxygen is returned to the atmosphere in only one major way, and that is photosynthesis. Understood, children? And this is the diagram for oxygen cycle which you need to draw. You need to draw it correctly and label it properly. Okay, children? Have you all understood? Okay. I hope every one of you have understood this revision. With this, we have come to an end of our revision number 2 of Science 2. Children, please do write the revision in your notebook. Okay? And study hard for your exam. I wish all my dear students best of luck for their exam. Thank you, children.